Yeah, I told him about this today. I was like, "Yo, stop in today."
Yeah,
Yeah, the Benny, the echoey is because they have the speakers on their end because they don't have two pairs of headsets. That's like the
oh, there
only
you
thing.
go.
I'm still like
I
echoing.
just sit it up. Yeah, we got it set on the phone so we can see everything here. What's up, Benny?
Going stir crazy, Seneca? Yeah, that's the only thing, Benny. You're gonna hear me twice. Kind of. Let's see. So let's talk about the new video you guys just came out with. Who shot it? Whose idea was it?
So Eric DiCarlo of Square Up Studios shot it for us. He directed and edited everything. So he did a sick job, we feel, on that.
Yeah.
It's funny who came up with it. It's kind of a crazy outcome because he originally had a certain vision that we liked, but we felt maybe didn't fit that track. And then I believe Tanya came up with, oh no, I'm sorry, John actually came up with an idea that we all liked, and then Tanya kind of added to that idea, and then I added to that idea, and then we started mixing in some of Eric's original ideas. So it's kind of an amalgamation of all four of our ideas, and then then it came out the way it did. So we're pretty happy with the way it looks.
Yeah, Eric's been like killing it lately.
Yeah, he has.
He's been at that new Signs of the Swarm video he did is ridiculous.
Yes, Benny fucking loves it. I think we watched it on stream like 4 times once.
Dude, that it's funny. I was texting him. He said that they got a makeup artist for that and everything. Like they went all out. Like that's not
Yeah, that mask thing that they have. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you make that?
Yeah. The last I checked, they were doing a giveaway on that. I don't know if anybody won that.
Yeah, it's like $1 entry. Yeah, they're doing like a raffle thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It is.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
No, Eric's been killing it. Your guys, he killed it on your video too. He executed it perfectly.
Thanks, man.
I feel like that dude is gonna like explode as a director. Like a musician.
Yeah, Eric's awesome. He's such a nice dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he's gonna do our next one too, which is cool too. So we're gonna do at least one more video with him.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Think you're gonna stick with him, or you're gonna branch out? I feel like he's.
I mean, the next one.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we might hire him again for the next one. It really depends on what song we pick, and if he feels that he wants to do that one, or we feel that because everybody has their own artistic thing, and he's really good at what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have another song that's very long that he specifically told us he wants to do really heavy stuff. So that one might not be as heavy for him. So I don't know. We might go for somebody else. So
yeah.
But the next one's one of our probably the heaviest song on the album.
Yeah, probably.
Really?
So.
That's. And he's singing on it?
Yeah.
Or is it all? Are you doing screaming the whole time?
There's like one small part of singing.
Oh, okay.
Very small, very short. Yeah.
Is the song
mostly brutal screaming?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
Yeah. I like screaming more. So.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very anti-singing for a long time. Like since I first started screaming in bands, like they always wanted to like force singing on me, and I was just never into it. But this is like the first band where I don't mind it at all. But really? I mean, it's not a majority of it either, though. So
that's true. Yeah, it's not like you don't overdo it at all. I think when you do the singing, it's like the perfect amount of singing, and it's like tasteful too. It's like catchy,
Yeah, it's got to be where like I feel it too. Like I can't force that shit,
Nah, yeah. If you're not feeling it, don't do it. But
yeah, exactly.
If you're not feeling it, don't. Do it. So you guys have been writing for the new record and all that. How's that been going?
Good, because we're in the studio now still.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. The writing is done. We're just recording right now, so we're up on basically the last steps of it. So
wow.
Hopefully we can finish that up by the end of the year. We've just the only thing left is to finish tracking Tanya's vocals, and John has some guitar leads and solos we got to do, and that's it.
Oh wow! So you're very close. How many songs?
Can we say?
Yeah. There's gonna be 10. There's gonna be 10 songs on this one.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm always the one that blurts out the shit, and they're like, Tanya, no. They're like, so.
I'm not asking.
John was here.
Yeah. Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
I can't help it. I'm just excited. So.
That's okay.
Benny has a good question. Is it hard to transition from clean singing to screaming in a song? Is it?
No, I don't know why, dude. I guess.
Is it easy for you?
I don't know. I guess once you just practice enough, it's just nothing. I guess.
Yeah, it's just like very natural.
I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, and if you're screaming the right way, you're not like hurting your throat. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like, "Oh, dude, how do you talk after a show?" And I'm like, because your throat's just like a tube. It's just an airway. Like you're not actually like. I don't know how to explain it, but no, it's very easy for me, which is cool. So, but I mean, definitely you got to practice though in order to get to that point, of course. So.
Oh, definitely. Did you ever take lessons?
I've been doing it for a long time, so.
Did you ever take lessons?
Not for screaming. I mean, I've watched some YouTube videos here and there. For singing, I took like 2 or 3 years ago with
Really?
My producer's mom is a opera singer teacher.
Oh.
And
wow.
But that was it though. It was too much money, so I just did like 2 or 3 lessons with her years ago, and it was cool. Like I wanted to continue because it's always good to learn more, but
yeah, a little pricey. Yeah, a little pricey.
Yeah, and nowadays you have YouTube, which is sick.
Yeah, you just have YouTube for it all. Which is crazy. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
When are you guys looking to release the record? Probably sometime early next year, first part of next year. I don't know. I think we kind of talked about it.
Yeah, exactly. With this whole COVID thing, man, like we have dates in our head, but then
and you're like,
you know,
can we
all
play
of a sudden
shows?
now there's a million more cases, and now it pushes everything back. So it's just like, you know, it's hard to say because we at first we were like, hey, we're not going to release this until we can tour on it.
For sure.
But then now we're starting, which is a lot of bands are doing. Now we're starting to think, maybe we should just put it out by the spring because, you know, what are we going to do? Wait, you know, however long this is going to be to put it out. So I don't know. Yeah. It's up in the air right now. I mean, hopefully we can release it by June.
Yeah, that would be A lot of people are like, today is probably the one day where I've had the most emails I've had in the past 6 months.
Really?
In like one day, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's been like talks, Rivers of Nile's agent hit me up like, hey, let's try to do a tour next fall, or late summer. And then, he hit me up with like a list of bands because he's in the studio with them right now too. Like they're in Pennsylvania recording. And then, so like, I'm talking to him and like, there's other talks about other things going on, but it's a lot of stuff that's like on hold. So it's like, until like, there's like some clear picture. I think everyone got like really hyped up about the vaccine. So, but it's like at the same time, we can't get too optimistic. So it's just like, we just gotta, play it by ear, but we'll see. I mean,
yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it's exactly what you said. It's just gotta play it by ear.
Yeah, but it's like, I tell a lot of bands, I'm like, you can't hold on. Like if you have a record done, you can't just keep sitting on it,
Yeah, exactly. Because we don't know when this is gonna end. Yeah.
So I mean, shout out to bands for just doing it too.
I
don't feel like there is a right or wrong answer right now. I feel like this is so new, and it's just like
nobody knows. Like
nobody knows, and
there's a good amount of bands that have released records this year, that couldn't tour on them, and their sales have done like really well. And I think that's really because everybody wants new music, and everyone's stuck at home. So it's like, why not release it? I think, a lot of bands can do well without having to go on tour. But to each their own. I just tell bands, don't sit on it too long.
Total. You know what it is for us? Maybe that's not the right way to put it, but it's time-wise, it's almost working out for us because this whole year, I mean, obviously, we always like to play shows while we write. But,
for sure.
We basically took the time to write, and we're in the studio now. And by the time it'll be ready to be released, will be early next year, which hopefully, things can resume. So it's not like the album's been in our hands since August, and now we're just chilling, waiting. You know what I mean? So it's kind of working out for us in that sense. If that's
I guess it's been good downtime too, because I mean, you didn't have any shows to get in the way of writing.
Yeah.
You guys could really focus on just, hey, we don't have to worry about booking any shows or going travel to do any shows or fests. We just have to write and we have to go record. Let's just focus on that and make some videos.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, even we'll hustle regardless, but it's nice to not have my brain explode.
With like too many fucking things.
I can't even tell you, man. We were doing the shows every weekend, so we would play 10 hours away on Friday, then it would be 5 hours away from home on Saturday. I would get home by 7:30 in the morning to be to work by 9 o'clock in an hour and a half. Like, it was a couple of times where I actually fell asleep at the job, but like I didn't care. It's just what you have to do.
It's just what you got to do.
You know? Yeah.
So when it comes to like writing and everything, does everyone contribute to the writing process? Is there like one main person in the band that writes most of the music?
So me, John and I
Yeah.
write all the music together.
Oh, okay.
So, and then after that's done, Tanya puts her vocals and her lyrics on top.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we'll give, the three of us will give each other like little criticisms and stuff like that. But that's mainly how it goes.
How it rolls down. So Tanya, you write the lyrics.
Yeah, I write my own lyrics, and I basically wait till John and Eddie finish writing like the basics of each song, the structure, and then they'll send it to me, and I record at home in my own little studio, and then send them my vocals, you know, with no lyrics yet, and then they'll tell me if they like this or that. Yeah.
Oh,
so
I did that.
we have a good system, I think.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks though is that no one else can sing or scream. You know, I would like backups once in a while, but you know.
No one can do it.
No, dude, nobody.
No screams.
Arthur's tried, but he doesn't really. Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I think you got it.
I have no chance in that department. Man.
Yeah. Get a little mic, get a mic behind the drum kit. I don't know. Some like even like even when I guess going back to Rivers of Nile, I'll use them as an example again. Like when Jared does some of the singing on their latest record, and he does it live too, while playing drums. And I'm like, how do you do this? He's like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, drummers do vocals. Yeah, at the same time.
They are a fantastic band, man. I have all their albums. Talent. They're fucking great.
I know. It just like blows my mind when you see a drummer like singing and playing drums, doing blasts or like double bass and singing a part. You're like, how do you do that?
That's insane. Yeah,
I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah. Especially when like Jared, I love the dude so much. He's such a goofy dude, and you would never expect him to be able to do all these things at once. And I'm like, you're nuts. I don't know how to fucking do this crap. So anyway, so you got some new merch designs coming out soon, I assume. Is it going to be based around the record? Or are you going to put like a merch drop out before the record, maybe?
Yeah, well, we just did. We put out
well, that's for the single though.
Yeah, for the single.
Yeah. About a month ago, we put out a hoodie, a shirt, and we put out a COVID-19 mask. So we did that.
So that was more for like a Baden and the fall collection. So
and then if whenever the record comes out, we'll probably have, like you said, album-based merch.
Yeah.
Album-based merch. Even what are you thinking for like the second single? Would you put out specific merch for that? You ever thought about
for this? You know why? Because it's super heavy. I don't know if we would. Maybe, probably one or two things.
It's just like an idea. I've seen like a lot of bands like would do that stuff, like single, like a new song. They release a new song, and they have like specific merch for that song, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like based off whatever artwork they used for the single.
Yeah. So we probably will. Yeah.
Because we had like the Cthulhu dude for the herd. Remember the Cthulhu looking dude on the back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who does all your merch? Who's like the people behind
We have all different people. Yeah. I love the Too Many Skulls dude, though. He did our hyena one and the skull one. He's fucking sick. He does merch for like so many people.
Oh, really?
What's his actual name? It's literally Too Many Skulls is like his Instagram name.
Too Many? Oh, wait. I think I know who. I think he follows me.
He does everybody.
Too Many Skulls, you said?
He's done Tool. He's done like all sorts.
I don't think he's from America, right?
No, he's from Europe, I think, somewhere. But he's awesome.
Too
he's
Many
sick.
Skulls. This him? Oh,
but dude, he does like
guy.
This death metal art.
Yeah.
Too.
It's like 2_many_skulls on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
this is different. Yeah, this guy's fucking Ghost too. Wow. I was thinking of somebody else. This dude's fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
He's legit. Yeah, his theme is basically in every single piece of art he does. There has to be a skull somewhere.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
So, yeah. So we find something that he's got on there. We just hit him up like, hey man, what do you want for that?
And animal stuff too.
Yeah. Animal stuff too. That's that.
Yeah, like he did a sick like sea turtle death metal shirt. I'm like, who would fucking think of that? That's sick. Like,
that's fun.
I want to buy that one too, dude. I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I guess we could go back to like when we first met. Seneca, if he's still in here, Seneca Mark over there. He's the one that actually hit me up. It was like the only band he's hit me up about, like telling me to check out. He like out of nowhere Facebook messages me, and he's like, Dan, I have this band coming here, coming to come and take it live in January of this year, actually. And it was this year? Wow. Anyway, and January, yeah. And he was like, you got to check them out. I'm like, who is it? He's like, Monochromatic Black, and he sends me a video, and I'm like, wow, this is really fucking good. This is cool. I like it. And he's like, yeah, come out to the show, and I'm like, all right. And so I did, and it was on a Wednesday, and you guys headlined. And first time, was that your first? No, second time in Austin, right? Or first time?
No, it was first time, I think, right?
That was the first time. That was the first time.
Yeah.
Was that the first?
Band, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And there was like, dude, there was a good amount of people there. It was over, I don't know, what did it do? Like 80? I forget, 90? I don't know. There's a decent amount of people there though. It was definitely I was definitely surprised by that, and just like kind of taken away like how good you guys are live and how tight you guys are. But also meeting you guys as well, like you're all like very, like you could tell you guys have been friends with each other for a while, I guess, they're very comfortable, and just like talking with everybody and like mingling with everybody that was there, signing shit for people, and all that stuff. So it was very rad to see that. I think that's like another thing that drew me in, and like made me like the band even more. Because that's like, should I look for in bands? I'm like, okay, are they cool people? Are they good live?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like those are the things I really look for, and I was just like taken back by it. I remember hitting up a few friends. I'm like, yo, you gotta check this fucking band out. Even like my bosses, Steph and Mauricio, I was like, yo, this band is really sick. Like tonight they were just like very on it, and just like, even, I remember seeing the video of you guys and pictures from the Vegas show. That was your first time in Vegas too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was
like our first big tour, yeah. That was and I booked the whole thing by myself too, which was nuts.
Right there.
I was like,
yeah, you did the whole thing, right, for the most part, or what?
Yep.
No,
I did the whole thing, dude, by myself. Yeah, like
that's so fucking tight. And wasn't that Vegas show sold out?
Was the Vegas show what?
Sold out.
Yeah, the Vegas show sold out. Yeah,
sold out,
and that was the last show on tour too, which was sick. So kind of.
Oh, really? Was
like a good ending to like, yeah.
Oh shit! So after NAMM, you went there?
Yeah, we went straight from NAMM to. Was it Vegas, or did we play one before that?
I think it was Vegas. Yeah, that was a crazy night.
Man.
Yeah. Well, before we even get onto that, let us return the compliment.
Sorry.
Yeah. First off, thank you. And when we met you, we said the same thing. We're like, wow, this dude really, really like. This is the shit. And same with Seneca. We're like, yo, this guy is.
Seneca's.
Yeah, because I don't, not to get into it too much, but I'm sure everybody at some point has run into certain people where it's like, yo, this guy's just fucking jerking my chain. Like, with you guys, we didn't feel that way at all. You know?
No, that's great. That's good to hear. Yeah, Seneca's a good people, man.
Seneca's the best. No, I was so honored that Seneca like even introduced us to you. I was just like, holy crap! Like it was such an
you're the only band he's hit me up about. He was just like, yo, check this band out. I'm like, oh, he's never hit me up. Tell me to check out any band before.
Totally, man. It was cool meeting you. I've heard your name for years.
Yeah.
So it was, cool to be like, yo, this is Dan. Cool, man.
Yeah.
And I'm from New York originally.
Too. Everybody was talking about you in NAMM. They're like,
I should have. I was gonna go. I should have fucking went. I regret not going.
Yeah, dude.
I guess if I knew the pandemic was gonna happen, I would have went.
Yeah.
Someone gave me a heads up, like, hey, in March everything's gonna shut down. All right, I'm going to NAMM. Let me hop in the van, guys.
Totally.
No, but everyone's got just nothing but good things to say about you, though, dude. So it's just so awesome. You're a great dude. I don't know what else to say. You're just awesome.
No, thank you. I mean, no, it really does mean a lot. When people tell me that, I'm like, oh, it's like weird to hear. I don't know. It's like weird when people are like, you're like an agent for like these bands, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't know, feel any different. I've always like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, so to say, how I feel when people like, I guess like try to talk highly of me. I'm like, no, I'm all right. Just doing what I can. I just try to work with bands that I love a lot. Like I actually love their music and them as people, because that's really gonna
Yeah.
make me work extremely hard for your band and give a shit. I don't like, years ago I would sometimes book bands that people would hit me up and say, "Hey man, just take them on, book them, give them a chance." And I'm not like 100% about them. And I just cannot
Yeah.
give my all. I can't. I don't know. If I don't like your music that much, like I can't work.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work that way. But
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I'm sure it's absolutely nothing personal at all.
no, and it's like even when it comes like when Seneca hit me up about you guys, I was like, and I checked out the EP and I was like, this is really good. The videos were good. I was like, I got to see them live. I'm like, let me see them live first before like I make a decision. Like I want to do it that way, especially since he had you guys coming to town like a few weeks late after he hit me up about you guys. I'm like, let me just wait. Let me see them live. Let me meet them before we jump this gun and just be like, oh, let me work with your band right now. So I think that worked out perfectly. But
yeah, no, that was great. It was awesome.
How was NAMM? That was your first time or what?
Yeah, all of ours actually.
Yeah. It was.
I was surprised you didn't go, dude, before.
Yeah, right.
You know what it is, man. I work at Sam Ash Music. I'm a manager over there, and
you're a manager.
There's always been an opportunity to go, and for some reason I could never get there. This was the first time I finally went. So it was funny because it was for us to go and see other musicians in the metal scene and hardcore scene and everything, but it was also like people who I meet at work are there too, like all the reps from all the drum companies. They're like, "Oh, hey Ed," I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm working both jobs right now."
Yeah. You're there as like a Sam Ash rep in a sense, but you're in a band too. It's like you know all these guys already. That's pretty cool though. So you knew like some people, right?
Going into Oh no, definitely. There's from people who have toured in with past bands and members of my old band I was there to hang out with, which was a lot of fun. It was great. Honestly, it was actually surreal. Honestly, that's how great it was.
It's overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's impossible to see everything.
It's so hard to see everything, dude. I remember I went for 2 years in a row. I went with my friend Joel and a bunch of friends. And we'd have like a list, like a schedule of like, okay, we're going to stop here. We're going to go here. We're going to go see this band. We're going to go do this. And it's like literally impossible to get through a list.
Yeah.
Because you just get caught up. You're walking and then you get caught up with someone else you see there. And then you're like, that person's going to somewhere else to go do this. And you're like, oh, I'll come with you. And then your just whole schedule gets fucked up. Or you just, it's so hard to just like see everybody and catch everyone. Like, you want to go see someone like play or whatever like that. It's so fucking hard. But it's definitely overwhelming.
It was so much fun. It reminded me a lot though of like because I've gone to like Comic-Con and like PAX and stuff like that, like video game conventions. Yeah, so like it was similar to that, but it was still so much fun. It was a blast.
Yeah, PAX is big too. I mean,
PAX is huge.
That's huge. Yeah. When did you go to that one?
That was a long time ago. It was like 2012. 11?
Oh wow!
It was a minute ago. Yeah.
Damn, that's a big one.
I like PAX that's video game oriented though. Comic-Con's kind of like all over the place. You know,
it's like very mixed. Yeah, like I started working with like some of these like Dragon Con. I've talked about PAX. Yeah, like with Psycho Stick. So cool. That band Psycho Stick that I book?
Yeah, Psycho Stick.
Yeah. So it's like that band and this other band Urizen from Dallas. They kind of like opened me up to this world of Comic-Cons and those conventions and shit, gaming conventions. Because they'll play them. Like Too Many Games in Philadelphia. Have you heard of that one? Too Many Games? Check it out. It's not like a huge one, but it's a decent sized one. Like a few thousand people go. That's in Philly. And so I've had Psycho Stick on that. I've had Urizen on that. I've had Psycho Stick on Dragon Con in Atlanta. Urizen has played PAX. I think it was in Austin. And then yeah, Psycho Stick has played a bunch too, even before I was their agent. Like tons.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So that shit. I've never been to any of them. I really want to go to them. Definitely when shit starts going back to normal, I'm definitely going to make my way to them. But
yeah, you'd love it.
Yeah. It's just so it's very similar to like being at NAMM.
Yeah, exactly. But with video games.
With video games, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
NAMM is great though. I mean, dude, it is like a lot of people like very overwhelming. Like the 2 years I went, or even the second year I went, it was just like the same thing. Just like I don't even know what to do. There's so much fucking shit to do. And then you walk into the drumming area and it's like, I'm about to have a heart attack.
Yeah, that's how it is at work every day.
That is literally Guitar Center and Sam Ash in one room.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. It's crazy.
Like my friends that are drummers, like at NAMM, like we'd be hanging with them. Like, yeah, we're gonna go over to DW drums or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I'll see you later. Have fun. I ain't going to fucking Guitar Center, my guy.
I know.
I'm good on that.
It's funny too, because like if you go by like the Tama booth or something, they have like 30 new snare drums set up, and like
I know.
everybody's banging on, especially the Remo booth. Everybody's banging on every drum.
It's
so like
insane.
you can't even hear like, oh, that's that new drum head that came out.
Yeah. You can't even hear it.
Banging.
You guys are just banging all together. You can't even make out what is what. It's so overwhelming. Even with the cymbals and shit. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
You got to put everyone in their own soundproof booth. Like, that's the only way you're going to hear this fucking thing. Right?
Exactly. The Sabian booth, dude, they had a wall.
Yeah.
And the wall was just cymbals from the floor to the and you couldn't hear anything. The only thing that I unfortunately that day, the only thing I could walk away from is that they put out these new like etched cymbals.
Okay.
And they look great, but I can't tell you how they sound.
You would think they would set up like some soundproof booths to bring some people in. You know what I'm saying? Like I know there was for like guitars, like because there was this one clinic, or I don't know what you would call it, but it was the guitarist from Sumac and ISIS, the band ISIS, not other ISIS people. If you don't know who the band ISIS is, please check them out. But it was like this like small soundproof booth, and it was me, my friend, I think Joel was in there, my friend Josh, who's in this band called Warship, and who's like obsessed with like stoner metal and all that shit, and like Sumac, whatever. And it was like really fucking crazy because I'm in this like small room with this guitarist that I grew up listening to his band ISIS, and it was like kind of surreal. But they need more of those booths because it was like we went in this booth and we could just hear what he was playing. We heard nothing on the outside.
I love that band too, man. They are so good.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy.
What'd you say?
Like booths, like at NAMM, where you could actually like hear yourself. I don't remember.
I don't know if they did for
Yeah.
drums. Guitars, they had some.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think they did for drummers though, which is
Al Decap. That room was pretty cool, but that was when he was just doing his demo though.
Yeah. Dave had a clinic.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was fucking sick.
It was a small room.
Yeah.
And
the sound was great though.
Yeah. No, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That had to be dope.
He's so insane. He plays so calm too while he does it. He's just like
gnarly, dude. That dude's gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, NAMM's an experience. I've told everyone, like, yo, if you can go to NAMM, go to NAMM. At least once.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely going to go again. Because they do it in Nashville, too. I kind of want to go to that one. Check it out.
Oh,
probably a bit different.
They do. Yeah. They do it in, and Dan, if I'm talking over you, I'm sorry. It's because
you're good. No, you're good.
I got to hunch in a little bit to hear you, but it's okay.
Yeah, I know.
I could hear him. I'm good.
I don't know. Maybe too many blasts.
He works at Sam Ash, bro. He works at Sam Ash, Tanya.
Yeah. No.
His hearing's gone.
Yeah, the Nashville one I've never been to, but I heard it's like the diet version. It's like much smaller.
The diet.
Oh, okay. I figured it'd be smaller.
Yeah.
A little bit, right?
I'm trying to read the chat. I'm like reading.
Oh yeah, no, everyone. That's my friend Joel. He's a good manager. He streams as well.
What's up, man?
If anyone got questions for me or Tanya and Eddie, you guys can ask them in the chat if you'd like.
Benny's
in the
been tuning
house.
into all the silly Outlast streams on every Thursday.
I know. I gotta get back to Outlast.
And let's to clear that up. I mean, obviously it's probably still awesome. I haven't been there.
Yeah, it's probably still cool. I love Nashville too, so it'd be cool to go to NAMM in Nashville.
Totally.
So with Twitch, Tanya, how's it been? Have you been enjoying it? You've been enjoying streaming?
I love Twitch, dude. I should have been doing this a long time ago. Like
I think a
I've
lot of people
literally been playing video games since I was like 6 years old, and like I've
Yeah.
always been a nerd. I collect figures. I'm like the biggest, like, you see my Predator? I'm like,
Yes, that's awesome.
I love just all things nerdy, video games, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering. Like and it's crazy because like there's all these like silly games. Like you saw me playing Shenmue, where I have like a full time job in it and stuff. But like
I know.
I'm thinking, like, oh,
It's like, what is she playing?
no one's gonna want to watch me play this. But I've met so many people that are in love with like these niche games, and like,
Oh yeah.
I know it sounds kind of sappy, but like it almost makes you want to cry. Like how cool it is that like I can like interact with other people who love these games. You know, because I mean, some people say video games are a waste of time, but to me, it's like another way of like just enjoying life and getting away, and it's just a
Yeah, it
positive
kinda pulls you
community.
into another
Just
world.
meeting other people. I don't know, dude. It's amazing. It's overwhelmingly awesome. Like
It
just
is.
so cool.
No, I love Twitch. I mean, were you on it before? Like, were you ever watching any streamers before you started streaming?
Yeah, there were two because I love this dude, John Wolf or Harshly Critical. He's a YouTuber, but he
Okay.
Twitches as well. And then there was another dude named Draco. But those are the
heard
only two
Draco
that I
before.
watched. But if I'm not playing video games, I'm watching it. Like Ask Eddie. My whole band knows if I'm not playing,
You're
I'm on my
watching.
phone watching someone else play a fucking game. You know, it's like constantly, dude. Like, or while I'm playing, I'm like watching someone else. Like, so.
Have you guys thought
It's my
about
life,
doing like eventually maybe doing some maybe I don't know like live stream shows through Twitch? Like making a band Twitch possibly?
We were going to make a band Twitch, but then we weren't sure if we were. We were like,
What did we leave off on that?
well, we were talking to Euro John. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh well,
But,
yeah, with that stuff, yeah.
yeah. You were
But I
saying
was like,
maybe we should.
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things like if you can, because you got to get the sound right. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
So you can't just go to your practice space unless you have like this whole setup where you can
Right.
adjust all the levels. But
Right.
it's I think Twitch is a cool idea, or you can do your thing where you sell tickets and it's a couple bucks, a few dollars, and try to make a few dollars off of it. I know people, bands have been doing it. I just had I Am do it. They were on Crowbar's live stream.
Oh,
And,
okay.
yeah, and they made a few $100 off of it, and it was fucking sick. They had their like
Cool.
friend. I don't know where they did their the show at. It was like in a practice spot, but they kind of like in a sense decorated it. But
Yeah.
and they had someone do the video. I believe it was definitely one of their friends, and
Right.
but the sound was really fucking good too. So they obviously had someone do the sound for it. But yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of planning, but it's pretty cool. Like, a lot of band, Trivium has done it, Behemoth has done it. I had, Imperial Triumphant did the Behemoth one,
Right.
which was nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nuts, and so it's cool. But I always think should bands stream it to their Twitch too? Maybe start building up their Twitch like Trivium has done. Is Matt Heafy?
Yeah.
All the Trivium guys are on Twitch.
All of them are? I thought just
All of
Matt
them.
was. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I thought it was only Matt too. But a few months ago, I learned that they all are on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they all have like their own Twitch channels. But they did
Oh, that's cool.
they did a live stream Trivium show, a couple of them recently in the past like
Nice.
month or two, but it went through Matt's Twitch. His is the biggest.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But they had, dude, their shit was popping like 10,000 people, 10,000 viewers
Wow.
plus. Like I
Wow,
think it
That's
got like
crazy.
15,000 at one point.
Wow, that's so
But-
cool.
That's
But
like
it's
almost a stadium.
But what's crazy about them is that they've been doing this for a long time. Matt's been on Twitch for years now, and they would live
Right.
stream all their live shows. Isn't that great? Like that he would bring a rig with him to all their shows and live
Right.
stream them while they're on
That's-
tour.
That's cool.
That's really sick. Yeah.
It's just fucking nuts. So it's like these dudes have been definitely watch Matt Heafy more. You should, because he just doesn't do like it's not all music streams. Like he'll play video games and shit like that too.
Right.
Then he'll play like Trivium songs and shit. And he has like 4 different camera angles. It's nuts, man. And I've been seeing like
That's-
a lot.
That's the other cool thing about Twitch though too, is that like I had no idea like how many musicians were on Twitch before like COVID, honestly.
Yeah, well, a lot more have joined this year. There's been a
Right.
lot more people joining Twitch this year, which is
Yeah.
awesome, obviously. And even like, my
Yeah,
last
we're all
guest,
the metal
Yeah.
community. Yeah.
my last guest that I had on my podcast was Bryce Butler, the drummer for Shadow of Intent, Abigail Williams and stuff, and he's working on getting his setup ready to stream,
That's
like
awesome.
drumming and stuff. Because I've told him like, dude, you got to start doing this because he's been
Yeah.
doing. He doesn't have another job. Like he'll be a session drummer for bands. Go record their record. Or write their drums for their record. He edits drums for
Right.
bands' records, like Buster from Humanity's Last Breath.
Yeah.
So his studio, Buster will give him work and as in like editing drums for other bands or records.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he's doing that stuff. Then he's doing tons of shit. So it's pretty nuts. So I've told a bunch of people, I'm like, man, you should get on Twitch, man, if you can do it. Especially
Yeah.
Bryce, because I was like, you don't have another job besides music. So if you get on Twitch and start doing, drum stuff and start doing drum covers where people can request songs and stuff like that, you're fucking good to go, man. Because me and him used to live together.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I know. I'm trying to get Arthur, my bass player. He's with me on Thursdays, like to
Yeah, I
get his
know.
setup because but hopefully he will. But we'll get you on
Badass.
Twitch. Well, Eddie said he might be starting a YouTube actually, so he's
See that even that would be good. I think a lot more people are gonna start, doing more on Twitch, YouTube, and stuff like that. It's good to get involved in, especially with obviously everything going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna start. Well, I'm in the process of working out all the details, and hopefully I execute it pretty soon. But
Don't worry, Sunslinger, we'll answer him. He's like ripped the question.
oh, I'm sorry.
No. It's like,
Oh, sorry.
The cat's on my little cell phone. We gotta go like this to look.
Oh yeah, I forgot. What were you saying now?
No. I was saying, right now I'm in the process of possibly starting up a YouTube channel that's going to be, I'll put, me drumming on there and stuff like that. But I think maybe the center of it is going to be kind of like a vinyl record talk show type of thing, where basically not quite like a review thing like Anthony Fantano. I don't really think that I would want to do something like that, but something that showcases the physical releases. Like, for example, if a band comes out with a new record, I'll take a bunch of different photographs of it and talk about the pressing itself and really go into detail about that and go over the credits and stuff like that and try to make it exciting and cool. I haven't really worked out all the details yet, but I'm working on something like that.
That'd be badass because you collect vinyl, don't you?
I do, yeah, man. I have quite a bit at my place. For me, it's a different experience listening to that, and to really appreciate that, I feel like you got to do it in person. Which obviously with photos and video, the irony is that you don't get to have that experience, but it's better than nothing. So that's why I was thinking about starting up that kind of thing.
Oh, that'd be a great idea. I know Benny right now said he would watch that every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. You know what it is, man. Like for me, I don't know. For me, I would try to stay away from the review aspect. Everybody has an opinion on the music, and I'm not gonna, I'd rather just try to speak more about the objective things. Like, hey, this is clear black splatter vinyl. Like, no one can disagree with me on that. That's what it is.
Yeah. Not like do like a review of the music.
And I would try to use the platform to add to the culture and push bands that I do like. Because I have 20 years of experience in this culture. I know a whole lot about this stuff, and I'm kind of like, well, what the hell am I doing not sharing that? So that's kind of going on in my head right now. I'm trying to work that stuff out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, see what Lady Metal wrote?
Yeah.
She was saying, bands work really hard and put so much in it. It's true, yeah. Like these bands they do, and the artists, everybody. There's so many aspects.
That's the whole thing. Like, people don't. Some people don't understand this. Like, especially in a you know, I don't care saying my age, whatever. I'm 30 years old, so
That's fine.
I'm
33,
30.
bro.
So I grew up in a time where you had to go to Tower Records
Yep.
to go buy the CDs. You had to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
There was a whole experience with that, and the teenagers of today might not have that experience unless they live in an urban town, maybe that has a whole bunch of them around. But even then, it's not the
Yeah.
same because it's more of a niche thing now. And you know, basically the whole thing with that is that you know, people, unless you're in a band, or you know somebody in a band, or you're really in the scene, you might not understand how much hard work goes into putting out an album. Like,
Yeah.
everything from the musicians themselves practicing for years to get good enough to write and play music, to finding a producer that's in a studio that has hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, to mixing and mastering and all this stuff. Like the consumer, like the average consumer of music, you know, on a Friday, it just pops up on Spotify and you hit a button. So you may have very little perception on any of the path that it took for that album to come out. You know, like some of these people don't know, like, you know, how the art was made. You know, like, is that an oil painting?
Yeah.
You know, like, and I feel like the only way all of us really learn is just by being in the scene over time and like kind of searching things out. But there's really no like quick path to learning what all this stuff is and how it can happen quickly. And I feel like now with YouTube, with there's so much information out there, like I don't know if you watch the dude's name is Finn McKenty. He's got like
on YouTube, I assume.
Yeah, he's got a YouTube thing called Punk Rock MBA or whatever.
Oh,
the channel's great.
Yeah, I've watched a few of his.
Yeah, you know, like, you know, he'll give his opinion. Whether people disagree or agree with what he has to say is besides the point. The point is that the guy is stepping out and he's doing something and adding to the culture and talking about a time period that there's really not a lot of documented information on the internet about unless you were there.
Yeah.
You know, you and me were, you know, you and I were in the scene in the 2000s and the 2010s.
Oh, yeah.
What about the kids today growing up that didn't
digital
understand
age.
that? Yeah, like when deathcore first came out, it was completely shunned. Like, there's kids today that don't know that.
Oh, I know.
You know, and you know, it's insane. You know, I'm really glad that things are much more. And if I'm talking too much, let me know. But I'm really glad that I'm really glad that we're at a place today where things are a lot more unified now. It's like, oh, you listen to hardcore and I listen to death metal, cool. Like that's all good. Like 20 years ago,
it was not that
20
way.
20 years ago,
bro.
That wasn't always all good. It was always like, okay,
so separated. Yeah. You never saw like people that went to like hardcore shows and stuff like that they were not going to death metal shows.
No,
they were not happening.
And not only were they not going, you know, I hate that I'm saying this because I'm kind of almost bringing it up again, but there was almost like drama associated with it.
There was, yeah. You see, I would always notice, like when I was younger, especially going to shows, when there was like a mixed bill show where there was like some maybe hardcore bands and like, you know, you got like the death metal or metal-ish bands together on one bill, and you would get those dudes that were, you know, moshing, you know, I guess hardcore dancing. And then you get like the dudes that are like the push pit type of guys. When you put those two people together in the same area, you know, the same pit, mosh pit, it does not go over well. They don't like each other. And they always get into fights.
Yeah, and I feel like today there's a little bit more of an understanding. Like
there is,
you know, if you're, you know, Summer Slaughter was strictly death metal bands when it came out, and then all of a sudden started shifting, and it was like, okay, there's death metal, but there's also kind of metalcore in there, and it kind of got to a point where it was like, okay, I don't like the hardcore mosh, so I'm just gonna not do that, rather than, okay, these kids are doing it, fuck them, and then, you know, this, that, and the thing.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, it's definitely more. It's better now than it was, because definitely growing up, when you put those two scenes together on one show, it just never mixed well together. There was always like some lot of there was like tension in the room, especially like in the pit area with people. So many fights would happen. But anyway, back to the vinyl stuff. I actually started collecting vinyl. It was like a few years ago. I started like getting, not like hardcore collecting vinyl, but it was more like bands that I really love, records that I really love, and that's what I would buy on vinyl. It wasn't just like I'm gonna buy every fucking record that I like on vinyl. It was like records that I really like this record. I'm buying it on vinyl. So I'm kind of picky, I guess you could say.
Well, listen, you kind of have to be.
It's expensive.
The unfortunate reality of this hobby, man, is this shit is pricey.
And it's hard to move. Like when you're moving places, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
Oh man, it's rough, but it's I think the last I got the Linkin Park box set, which I had to get.
I saw that on your Instagram, man.
How did that
thing?
Oh, dude, it's awesome, man. It's very well put together. Definitely, I mean, it's $200. So kind of pricey, but I think it was worth it. Everything that came in it. I mean, the booklet alone, I would pay like $50 for.
Wow.
Just the booklet. Like I would be like okay with paying $50 for that alone. So
that's amazing. That I heard that album when I was really young. I was probably 11, but that was a landmark record for me, man. When I heard that, I was like, you know, it didn't necessarily get me into metal. I just at that point I was into hard rock, but I was like, yo, this is like one of the best things out.
Oh yeah, dude, it was. I mean, for a first album for a band, it still stands up to this day.
Yeah,
it's great.
Fucking nuts.
There's a lot. You know what's a great album from that era that a lot of people look over?
What?
Alien Ant Farm's Anthology.
Oh, it's a great record. I love that record.
You know, everybody just thinks the Smooth Criminal cover, but that whole album is
it's actually really good. But yeah, they always get that's like that one band from that era everyone remembers because it's Smooth Criminal.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all they're like known for. It kind of sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah, and the records that came out after that were great too, man.
I don't even think I listened to them. I may have the one after that, but I don't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one after that has a lot of like a little bit more like Latin drumming influence on there. It's cool and different.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Benny had a question. How is the writing and music different between the upcoming album and the previous album? Is it?
I'm sorry, say that again. How is the writing different?
Yeah, how is the writing different? How is the writing and music different between the upcoming the upcoming record and the previous one? Did you guys change anything, or is it the same formula?
So with the debut EP, obviously with 6 songs, there's only so much that we could say versus a full body of work. Like this next record's going to be an LP, and so you know, even though you know we're a metal meets deathcore meets black metal meets hardcore band, we're progressive at heart. So you know, at the sum of all those things, we're a progressive version of it. So with Numa, it kind of acts as one long song from start to finish, even though they're individual tracks.
Okay.
So this record's going to do the same thing.
Oh.
But since we're still in the early stages of the band's career, you know, we've kind of discussed like, you know, hey, this is the time to really think about how we want to brand our band and do it now so that we can create consistency going forward. So basically how we decided that we were going to do it is we were going to kind of mimic how TV shows work. So basically Monochromatic Black is the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
The albums are the seasons.
Oh, okay.
And the songs are the episodes.
I got you.
So like Numa was season 1, and this next record is going to be season 2. So you might hear little callbacks and stuff like that might reference stuff from the previous record or things in the record, but we still want the record to stand on its own. So like this new record, we don't it's untitled right now. We have a working title, but once that's done, it'll reference itself and stuff like that. And this album, because it's a bigger, broader work, we are venturing off into a lot more territory that we did not get to on the first one. So whatever was in the first one, expect a whole lot more of an extreme version of it on this one, and there's all new sounds and different things and styles that we put into this one.
I think
cool.
also too is the Numa was us kind of learning how to write with each other. Like John and I had jammed for years before mono was a thing, and so for him and Eddie to be the main writers for it, was very new for them. And now like you guys work together like so much more fluidly, obviously, because after working with each other, which is cool too.
Yeah,
so you kind of grew from that.
Exactly.
Too.
When me and John first met,
learning curve, right? I guess sort of.
Yeah, definitely.
In a positive way.
Yeah. So like now we know each other now, and we when we wrote Numa, we didn't use Pro Tools or the computer at all. It was super old school. It was literally him and I would meet and bring us.
Yeah.
And with this record, it started out that way for the first few songs, but then when COVID hit, we were forced to use Pro Tools. But when I say use Pro Tools, what I mean by that is that we were demoing ideas on the computer rather than being like, hey, do you remember that riff from last week? So like, I would always, for the demos, I would always set up like 2 microphones in the room and just drum, and then I'd be like, okay, that's what I played. But now I'll pull up Superior Drummer and like click in the drum part. And then for the actual record, I have to learn what I programmed plus what I actually want to play when I go on the drums. And the record is all acoustic drums, so it's not plugged in or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right, but for the writing, what that did allow us to do was it allowed us to immediately hear back what we came up with rather than being like, oh, I kind of remember how this went last week. So there's pros and cons, but it's definitely the workflow is much faster now. And again, like Tanya said, me and John know each other even more now than we did then. So like we're kind of finishing each other's compositional sentences. Like he'll write a riff, and then I'll be like, okay, this syncopated part should come right after it. He was like, dude, I was just thinking that. And then he'll be like, and I'm going to put this lead underneath. And I was like, dude, I was just thinking that. And then like before we know it, like we're finishing the songs faster, and they're coming out exactly the way we want them to. So we're really happy about that.
Oh, that's good. No, that's definitely great. It's a lot smoother now.
Yes.
That you guys know each other better. That's what's up.
Which is funny because I knew both Eddie and John since like 2009.
Yeah, you guys have known each other for a while, right? Or Tanya?
Yeah, but I introduced Eddie and John 2017?
Yeah, only a few years ago.
But I knew both of you forever, like separately.
But separately. That's crazy.
The band's only 2.5 years old.
Yeah, because we've all been in the scene forever. All of us. We've all played shows back into. We've seen old flyers from like 2009, our old bands and stuff.
You guys all live in Long Island?
Yeah, all from Long Island. Yeah.
All from Long Island, right? That's awesome. I'm surprised. I wonder if like we ever like ran into each other. Like I guess when we were younger. Because Eddie, you're 30, I'm 33. So I mean, we may have, because I used to go to Long Island a lot for shows.
Did you?
Yeah, I lived in Poughkeepsie.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder if we ever did.
Definitely possible.
Probably.
Definitely.
Do you guys all know Frank Finelli and Tim from Fit for an Autopsy? Yeah, he was texting me this morning because he found a Glassjaw hoodie. Because he's been doing the Depop thing, and he's been flipping, buying old band merch and flipping it and shit. And he posted this I love Glassjaw, and he does too. And he posted this Glassjaw hoodie, and he's like, I finally found this hoodie. It's been years, I've been searching for it. I found it. And I messaged him like, if you find another one, just please tell me. I'll buy it. And then it's so funny because I asked him that, it was that yesterday or this morning. I tweeted him, I replied to his tweet, and then he texted me. He's like, hey, so what size do you want? I'm like, what? You found another one? He's like, yeah, I did. Yeah. So me and Frank go way back.
Yeah, Frank's awesome. That's fun. That's really funny.
Yeah.
We were like just
I used to book The World We Knew for a while. Frank used to work at my old agency as well, booking tours. So a lot of history.
That's so cool.
Me and him have a lot of history.
I still have a hard copy of To the Wolves.
Do you?
Do you?
Yeah, it's probably. I'm pretty sure I do too. It's probably at my parents' house in the freaking basement somewhere in a box.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. So, are you guys gonna do vinyl for the record?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I figured. Benny asked. I'm like, well, Eddie loves vinyl, so he's gonna make the band do vinyl.
Exactly.
Yeah, we might even reissue Numa on vinyl.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh,
That's
that'd
in
be
the
cool.
talks.
Do like a limited copies of it or something like that.
Yeah, limited press. Yeah.
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 Yeah, limited press. Great. Let's see. Sunslinger had another question. I have a question. Has it been good to have your fans be able to interact with you on Twitch since you can't tour? Like, have you seen
Yeah,
some
no, I
people
love
that
it.
you? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I
it's so
assume
cool.
a good amount are like people that are fans of the band, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, cause that was one of the things I loved about playing shows was hanging out with the fans. Like, we would chill with them like all night. Like, we're not ones to like hide behind stage or anything like that. We're there like the whole night just hanging out with everybody. So like, I love having everyone in chat talking and hanging out, and it's fun when Artie's with me on Thursday because like they'll know both of us on like a personal basis. Like, oh my god, like so it's just really fun. I love it. It's really great. I love the positive community. It's so much fun.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what I like about. It's just what I like about Twitch the most. Some people have told me like, you should try like Facebook, and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna run into a bunch of fucking trolls, like this,
right?
That, like, how we all know how Facebook is, so it's like, and we kind of, YouTube can kind of, I guess, be that way. You always see those people that comment, and you're like, who is this fucking person? It's like,
yeah.
So I like Twitch a lot for that, but I feel like that's a lot with a lot of bands. Like even like Eddie from Suicide Silence, the singer Eddie is streaming, and he loves it too because a good amount of his fans, Suicide Silence fans, are like hanging out with him, and he's like becoming friends with these people, like actual friends, And it's like I've met like people through here that I'm like actually friends with now, like Benny and shit like that, and it's like really fucking cool. Let's talk. What do you do outside of the band, Tanya? Let's talk about that. Animals.
Besides video games. Oh, the animals.
Besides
stuff?
video games and the band.
Yeah, I'm a nerd. I love working out too, but I love animals. I work at a veterinary hospital, and we work with a lot of the feral cat like rescue groups and like cat and dog rescue groups, which is awesome.
Okay. That is awesome.
And I will do anything for animals. I'm actually adopting a new dog named Rosie. Actually, ironically enough, her name's Rosie.
Really?
Yeah. She's like this sweet, overweight beagle, and I want to try and like help bring her back up. She's very depressed, so I'm going to be adopting her from someone who's given her up, unfortunately.
How old is she?
So, yeah, she's so sweet though. But she's a senior dog too. Yeah.
Oh, is she? How old is she?
She's like 10, 11.
Oh, okay. So you're about to about to adopt her?
Yeah. I mean, I lost Baxter in April, so that was like so rough. He was like 14. He's like my kid, my son.
I remember.
So yeah, it was really hard, but I love animals. So, and we also work with Blackheart Coffee and one of the rescue groups on Long Island called Lion, Long Island Orchestrating for Nature.
Okay.
So like any donations we get for like the coffee that we sell, portions of it go to that rescue and stuff like that. So I love that too. Once the stream gets big enough, yeah. Damn. Once the stream gets big enough to come on charity events, like charity streams would be sick.
Yeah, you should. Do them like once a month, twice a month, or something like that.
Oh yeah.
That's
I want to so
I've been thinking about doing it too. I space out on it. I know. I'm trying to stream a little bit more than I usually do. But sometimes I'm like, that's kind of like I have like a schedule. Besides the podcast, is obviously everything's scheduled. I can't do these at random times. And but like for like my other streams, I just kind of, I'm like, I feel like streaming right now. Then I'm gonna stream. Before it was just like I had this like schedule and I kind of got like overwhelmed with it, I guess, because there would be times where I'm like, I don't feel like doing this right now. I want to, I just want to play this game by myself. You know what I'm saying? But then there's games that I have that I like playing just on stream. Like The Last of Us was great, both of them. And then like Outlast, which I need to go back to. But I'm like weird with like, I know, but I'm like weird when it comes to like Outlast and stuff because I don't want to play this game during the day.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta have that vibe, dude. I'm gonna close my blinds and put the you know what I'm saying? Shade up. Like it doesn't. No, I can still see his light outside.
Dude, I want to see you play it so bad though.
I know. I'm like halfway. I think I'm like halfway done. How's Outlast 2?
So, dude, Outlast 2, like me and Artie were playing it, and I played it years ago, but only like the first like half hour.
Oh,
And I remember it being
wow.
kind of boring and stuff. And the same thing with me and Artie, we were like, this is actually kind of shitty right now, or like this is kind of like, you know, not really scary. There was like 2 jump scares, and then out of nowhere, the game just picked up the pace, and it was getting scarier and scarier.
Really?
And, like,
So it's kind of slow at first?
Yeah, very, very slow. Because like in the first Outlast, there's no breaks, like rarely.
I know, rarely a break so far.
But in the second one, there was like literally like there's like a 5-minute part where you're like chilling on like a little like wooden raft, like just hanging out. I'm like, this is the same game. I'm like, what's going on here? Like,
oh god,
but
I gotta fucking.
It was scary. It was terrifying. I mean, you see the videos of us screaming like idiots.
Oh yeah, I know. I like how you had him with you playing it.
Yeah, well, I'm a scaredy cat when it comes. I love horror, but not playing horror games. I do not like it.
Yeah, there's a difference. Yeah, like watching horror movies, I'm like, yeah, I can get through this shit. And then playing it, I'm like, oh my god.
It's like,
yeah, you kind of feel like you're there. Like it's like you're.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
We
get like anxiety. We're like sweating and shit. It's like
sweating and shit.
Yeah, I swear to God, it's so stressful, but it's funny though. Like, but
no, it is. It's always a good time. Those are like, I feel like those are like really good games to play on stream. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like everyone's like wanting, like, especially if like you're scared of like playing like scary games,
right?
You know, like yourself, and I am the same way. It's like very entertaining for the person watching. Because I'll watch people play it too. Reaction. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm laughing my ass off at this person getting scared to shit, you know? So it's very entertaining. Let's see.
We're going to start Resident Evil 7 actually on Thursday, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, I want to do the remaster, the second one.
Oh, you should, yeah.
Yeah, I've been meaning to.
I think Monochromatic was playing that actually.
Yeah, he is, which is cool.
Yeah.
That dude's streaming at like 3 a.m. I'm like, dude, go to bed. Go to bed, dude. What are you
He's
doing?
such a nice dude. He's so
I
sweet.
love Monochromatic. Mike is the
and
fucking
Seneca,
man.
yeah, I have seen Terrifier. That was actually, some of it was filmed in Long Island, dude. I saw him post in the chat. I'm like,
I don't think I've seen that's obviously a movie, right?
Clown horror movie, yeah.
Oh,
very gory.
Oh god. Oh wait, here it is. Oh, oh, I've seen. Yeah. I've seen the cover of this. I've never seen it though. Yeah,
the pizza place in the beginning of the movie was on Long Island in Ronkonkoma.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think the dude's from Staten Island that filmed it. So a lot of places were local.
Oh shit, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, Seneca, he's like, he's so
Dan, see that shit? I will. We'll watch it together. We live in Austin. Well, you live a little bit north of me, I think. We'll watch it together, Seneca. Someone had a question. When you tour again, will you visit Pennsylvania? Yes. I can answer that for the band.
Didn't we play, where we play, Philly or Allentown?
We played Allentown.
Allentown.
Yeah, I mean, PA is right there.
PA's not that far.
Have you played Philly yet?
Philly, we didn't play Philly, right? We played, I thought we played.
Well, Allentown's close. It's not that far.
Yeah.
We definitely played Allentown.
I thought we played there twice. I don't remember. So many shows. I'm like,
I don't remember. It's on the thing.
Oh, I played at the Croc Rock back in my old band, long time ago. But that closed down years ago.
What was your old band again?
I mean, I was in a lot of bands, but after Chidori.
Okay. I don't know if I know. What other bands were you in?
Guitar in an old punk band back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, embarrassing pictures with emo haircuts and shit. Yeah.
Oh shit! Yo, we need to see those. No, I'm kidding. What band were you in before Eddie? Painted in Exile.
Yeah,
right?
Painted in Exile was that was my old band.
That's right.
Yeah,
I remember
that band had a 10-year run.
Damn. So you were in it when you started it when you were 20, 19, 20?
I started
that.
I was 16 or 17.
Okay.
And then we went on this indefinite hiatus in 2017.
Oh,
so,
wow.
I still keep in touch with all those guys.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. When's the last time you guys played a show? What was like the last show?
That was
your tour.
That was last show we played was with Intervals and Pliny.
Oh wow. That's a lineup.
Yeah, that was in. We did a 3-day run with them. That was at the end of 2016. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That had to be. Those bands are amazing.
Yeah, dude, they're really, really good, man.
Yeah,
It's funny.
they're-
It's funny. My bass player in that band ended up joining Interval, so now he's playing with them now.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Seneca.
Jake Umansky.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Good. That's what's up.
I think there's a lot of like pie influence in our music now, a little bit.
Well, yeah, I'm in both bands.
Yeah.
So.
No, I love it. I love pie though. They had like crazy like jazz metal, like progressive metal. It's like
Who does?
it's cool. Yeah, Eddie's old band Pie was really sick.
Oh, okay. Pie?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's an acronym.
Pain in the Exile. Yeah, I'm like, wait, hold on. Pie?
Yeah.
You're in a band called Pie?
No.
In the local scene, that's what we used to call it.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, damn. Thank you for doing this. After we do this little ending, I'm gonna switch over to another screen to do pick the winners for this giveaway that I'm doing. So if you're still stick around right now, Tanya and Eddie, thank you so much for doing this podcast with me.
No problem.
Always great.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of
Dan,
course.
Yeah.
It's always great catching up. I'm stoked to hear this record when it's done. And obviously, I'm stoked to see some more music videos and stuff from you guys. So keep me updated, please.
Thanks, Dan.
But
Thank you
everyone,
everybody too for
yes.
the chat and stuff.
everyone check out Monochromatic Black if you have not yet. I'm sure you all have, but tell your friends about the band. And then check out Tanya on Twitch. Let's give you a shout out real quick. How do you spell it? It's BENEVOLENT?
Yeah, _soul, yeah.
That's it.
I'll be on tonight. More Shenmue.
Oh, shit. There you go. Go follow her if you haven't yet. She's going to be streaming tonight. What time do you start at?
7:30 Eastern Standard Time.
7:30 Eastern. So definitely check her out. All right. So everyone stick around. I'm going to draw a couple, 3 winners for the giveaway. Tanya and Eddie, thank you again so much. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, no
soon.
problem. Thank you, too. Thank you, everybody.
See you later.
Thanks
Bye,
so
guys.
much, Dan. See you guys.
Take care. All right, everybody. What the fuck?